What's up, baby dolls? Thanks for tuning in to the Look What We Found podcast. My name is Daniel, and I'm here with
Louie.
Jasmine.
And welcome to the show.
I was telling Jazz, I was like, as soon as you start singing, I'm gonna one up him and be like,
Yeah, I was like, I asked him, you think he's gonna do it?
But you came out.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
But you threw me off, dude.
Dude, if I know you guys were going to bring the barbershop harmony to
Yeah.
me, I would have been all for
We
it.
were betting on you starting the singing. I was
But
like, 2 weeks in a row.
But to be fair, he came in with the robot fucking like Gap Band type of fucking.
Beep, boop, boop, boop,
No.
boop, boop, boop,
I
boop.
didn't know what to do anymore.
I know.
You threw me off.
Short-circuited the podcast.
Yeah.
But before we get started, guys, we have a great show. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
Yep. All right, you guys. So I have a trippy story for you guys. So that recently happened to someone in my family. So I have an aunt who lives in. My family is from Sinaloa. Shout out to Sinaloa, Mexico. Right? Pew pew pew.
Cartel.
Yeah, hella cartel.
Hey.
Yeah.
So she lives in Mazatlan, and she has like this little storefront, like a basically her daughter sells. She has a little boutique out here in the U.S. and her mom will buy stuff and sell things out there. So she'll get things delivered frequently, and it's usually this one guy. It's the same delivery driver, and I guess what happened is he came in one day with a delivery, knocked on the door. You have to kind of open and get the door, the little like it's almost like a garage door, but it's kind of open and you can see in. So you need to get it open to get like large deliveries in. So I guess he knocked one day, and my aunt like saw him in the doorway. Door was open, and he's like, "Hey, like, was the door open when you got here?" He said, "No, this woman actually opened the door for me." And he's like, "Woman?" So the only other person in the house is my aunt, who she's kind of been sick lately. So she kind of has trouble walking down the stairs. So she thought it was odd, went upstairs and said, "Hey, did you open the door for the delivery driver?" She goes, "No, dude, I've been asleep like this whole time. I've been resting. I haven't been feeling great." And she's like, "Wait, but he said that somebody opened the door for him." And
She's like, don't call me dude.
Yeah, I know, right? They're very hip out there. And
show some respect to me.
Yeah. And so she was just like shook, like, what's going on?
She was like, bruh.
Yeah.
They're from Mazatlan, California.
Yeah.
And they're Gen Zs.
Yeah. And so she's kind of puzzled, and she got there and the door was open, right? It was wide open. So then she thinks to herself, for whatever reason, she thinks about my grandma. And she's like, wait. Next day, delivery guy comes back with more deliveries and says, "Hey, do you know, like, can I ask you, you said a woman opened the door for you yesterday, right?" He goes, "Yeah, she went in and she opened the door, went in. I thought she was going to get you maybe, or just come back. She never came back." And my aunt shows the picture to the delivery driver of my grandma. And he says, "Yeah, that's her."
Shut up, dude.
He's like, is this the woman that opened the door yesterday?" "Yeah, it's her." But the thing is, my grandma's been dead for a couple of years.
Right, yeah, I assumed.
I figured,
yeah.
I was like, I mean, Daniel kind of took away my punchline. So thanks.
Yeah.
But,
well, what kind of story would be like, so she really did open the door, and that's the end of the story.
She doesn't have any legs.
Also, she woke up maybe last week, and she says like, "Oh, I dreamt of my grandma." Last week, and it was around this time.
Yeah.
And we're recording this, if you guys are listening and watching, we're recording this around April 28th, 29th. Daddy forgot the date right now. But her grandma's birthday was actually April 20th. So it was around the time that we don't know exactly when it happened. We know that it happened recently. And it was around the time she was dreaming about her.
Right.
Yeah.
And your grandma was like, "Celebrate me."
Yeah. It was like, throw a party.
Yeah, it was creepy because it was also in a house. It was like in a house, and it was like I don't know. It was like a chasing dream, but it's weird because I don't dream her that often. Every once in a blue moon, but Yeah, that's crazy. And so nobody knows. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, I don't want to go upstairs."
Did
like,
they
where-
tell the
you know?
driver?
They didn't tell the driver that she's dead.
Can
She's
you
been dead for
imagine?
20 years.
Yeah, right?
No.
I don't know if I'd go deliver shit there anymore.
You have
Really?
You would?
I would want to see if I could see her again. Now,
Really?
so what do you think? Do you believe in that type of thing?
Yeah, I think so. So, and she doesn't scare me though. I wouldn't be scared of her.
I hope not, but I was, okay, so I had a feeling that my late parents were trying to communicate with me
Whoa.
recently.
Okay.
And I probably already told you guys this, but I'm going to say it again
Mhm.
because I think it's
For sure.
interesting, right?
Mhm.
And there's certain things, here and there, you're like, could that be it? Could that not be it?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah.
the thing that happened was me and Amber came home one day, and Eli's door, the room to my son's, the door was closed, and I hear this note going bing, 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 bing,
Mm.
bing, 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 and I'm like, Amber, come here, and we're standing behind the door, and we can't see through the door, but we can hear someone playing the same note on the piano. And I open the door, and I'm looking at Eli's little toy wooden piano, and it's going bing, 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 bing,
Oh
bing,
my
bing, bing, bing,
gosh.
bing, and then it stopped, and it's never done it again. Amber
Okay.
turned it off. She got all freaked out, but it was around the time that I kept seeing a lot of signs, and that was it. I was like, okay, well, that's it. You know
Okay.
what I
That's
mean?
crazy.
Is the piano one of the ones that just plays like a song by itself, or is it one that you press down? And
It's both.
Okay.
Okay.
It's both.
But
So
it
it's
wasn't
mechanical though.
But it
It's not a yes. It's a mechanical. It's an electric piano.
Electric. Okay.
So there's a possibility that
It's
the thing got. You can always rationalize,
No, I'm just trying to see how creepy it is.
Well,
that's
but-
all.
but this is different.
Yeah, but spirits can also communicate right through electrical.
right, like the
things.
lights.
Yeah.
Now that was another thing that happened
That's
true.
before. Was remember that light?
Yes.
So I was coming in here, and yes, that light was going,
Yeah.
but they all were going. It was like
Well, that
every
one's done
time-
it sometimes, but not all the time.
and
which is weird.
it happened like every time I came in for a while,
Whoa.
and now that one's out, and it stopped happening. But after that piano thing, I was like, oh my god.
So I guess I have a question for you, Dan. Do you think the house you got it haunted, or is it already came with ghosts,
Or is it ghost?
the ghosts are coming to
question.
visit.
or is it somebody or do you think your parents are communicating with you or
Well, I hope that they're trying
Yeah.
to communicate with me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
man.
because we didn't have any ghost vibes until that happened, And before they passed,
Yeah.
my other grandmother, came to me in a dream, and I was walking by her, and she stepped out of line. She was in a line of all these people. She gave me a big hug
Whoa.
and left. And I've never had a dream about my grandma like that. And I was like, I wonder why she came to visit me,
That's crazy.
So-
People with NDEs say when they describe they've seen heaven, they describe it's like a line, like a crazy line and a hill of people.
Oh.
So which is
whoa.
crazy.
Really?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
yeah. So
And
And
you
I
hate
thought-
lines. He's going to hell.
so is it
No,
heaven or is
I'll
it
be in
hell?
heaven. I'll just be
Yeah,
annoyed.
yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
you'll get so many hugs, dude.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah.
crazy because
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
weird because it was weird how she was in that line like that.
That's
you know?
crazy. Maybe she
Mhm.
was.
Yeah.
We were just in a huge line this week.
Oh.
We went to see a free movie because it's one of those screening ones that they're gonna make changes and adaptations later, and they're sampling what
Audiences
Certain-
enjoy and
age groups respond well to or not so well to, and we're in line, and it's huge, hundreds and hundreds of people, and every fucking time somebody would pass by, be like, "What are you guys in line for?"
Yeah.
Like for people to ask
I
us the
hated
same
it.
fucking question over and over again, dude. But anyways, I got frustrated. But I wonder if we were in line, because lines to me, I don't hate them as much as you do, but they're not
Mhm.
nice. I don't see how it
they're
could
not
be.
fun, man.
Yeah, I don't see how it could be a something that's
in
related to heaven.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's more of a
Yeah,
hell.
Yeah.
they're the ones that are arguing their case, so it's like they can wait.
Yeah. for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
Yeah, so that was kind of just something that happened recently. I thought it was
Wow.
kind of crazy.
Well, you guys know, the thing was last week after the show, we all went out,
Yes.
right, down the
Mhm.
street, and we got to talking to Louie, and we had done the conspiracy theory episode, which
Yeah.
you guys maybe have watched because it came out last week,
Mm-hmm.
and we started like realizing that we could probably do a whole show only on conspiracies. And I
Yeah.
have a lot of conspiracies that
Yeah.
I hold true to my heart that I just don't tell anybody
Yeah.
because people think I'm crazy, which I am. But there are certain ones that I think are blatantly obvious now
Okay.
at this point in time. And Louis didn't know about one of them, right? So the thing is, we're going to watch a few videos. So if you guys aren't on YouTube, I would suggest if you're listening to go back later and watch these video clips because it's very important that you get the visual
Yeah,
with
open
this,
your eyes.
okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, the first video that we're going to show Louis, and he's seen it already, we're going to watch together, is I don't know what spacecraft this is supposed to be, but it's supposed to be after we landed on the moon. It's them leaving the moon, taking off, and we're just going to watch it real quick. Whether you believe the moon landing is fake or not, you have to watch this clip.
Pro.
And we're going to watch it to the end.
Proceeded. 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Okay, so
Oh my
first of
God.
all,
Houston,
looks
Vector grid.
absolutely
The
ridiculous.
smoke.
Even the
X5.
moon looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now here it goes off in space.
Pitch over.
Now what I want you to
Going
watch,
about 3 miles an hour, by the way.
right, and watch this weird flight pattern. You see how it comes down? Watch how it zigzags to the
Okay,
left,
30 seconds.
like as if someone.
308 your number.
wink,
Take off
wink.
to 50
Look at
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That looks good.
Now I'm
That-
sure. What year was that, Louis? You're a history guy.
1969.
1969. The technology was fabulous. Shit probably looked incredibly real, right?
Yeah.
So you think, that's weird. That looks like a weird image. I don't know if that's real or not, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to do the moon landing per se, but what I rather do
The moon
is
leaving.
talk about NASA as an organization.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As is because okay, this is NASA that put this out, right?
Yeah.
Watch the video. It's obviously fake. There's no way that's a real aircraft. The person on the moon is filming him leave the moon. So I guess
Just-
they were left to die on the moon because you can't just re-land on the moon.
No, it's a whole.
They left that little thing there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what I've never seen, I'm sure there's photos out there, but it's not profusely spoken about what kind of equipment they use to film or anything, right? And what happened to it. They all said, like, at this point, they say we can't rewatch it because we don't have the technology to watch it anymore. But,
Right.
You know?
Or the technology to re-land on the moon.
yeah, no
Yeah,
shit.
They
like-
said it's been destroyed, as if they would
Yeah.
destroy that technology.
Yeah,
And now supposedly they're going back, but they're going to go around it. Did you guys hear about this?
I heard about it.
And
yeah.
they're not going to land because they still can't do it again.
again, but we could do it
Also,
in the 60s.
no other country in the world has claimed to have landed, except for stupid us.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
happened to be in a space race at the time, and
Right.
we just happened to win.
And we kicked their ass, dude.
Yeah.
And
You
tons
stupid
of
commie
footage.
bastard.
Don't you think you would see stars or something?
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of things. Okay, so the one thing that I have a big issue. It's not that I didn't know about the conspiracy. I guess I haven't really been
Dug
like,
into it.
Mhm.
It's like, I know that how I can be that way too, to some extent, just be obsessive about it and then start talking about it to everybody and just
Yeah, yeah,
annoy
yeah.
everybody.
Right.
But what I'm
He's
saying is
pointing
like,
to me.
Yeah.
no, annoying you is
Yeah, yeah.
what I would say. If you just take a look at all that it took for the rocket ship to leave Earth, right? They fucking made this huge thing that holds it up. And then they get rocket fuel, not just any fuel.
Right.
Yeah,
Rocket
yeah.
fuel.
And when it takes off, then it starts coming apart as it's fucking thousands and thousands of feet in the air. This thing, you're telling me that if you guys don't go back and see it, I'll describe what the force of the explosion on to depart from the moon was maybe. And I'm not kidding, guys. The fireworks that the little kids down the street
Yeah.
throw
I was
on
gonna
the
say-
4th of July
Yeah.
are 100 times more potent than that
It's
shit.
a
It
little
looks like the
poof.
spider thing that
It was
circles in the
ridiculous.
ground.
It's like a little poof.
And then,
It's like a firecracker or something.
and it's going maybe 10 miles an hour.
And there's no fire or smoke like when they
No,
left the moon.
Not
No.
at all.
the
It's
moon
just-
is fine.
Boom. And how big is that thing?
Yeah.
It looks like a lifeboat or
Well,
something.
Yeah.
And also,
And it looks like it's made of tinfoil.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
and
I
yet
don't
the
know.
photos that they took, pristine.
Oh yeah.
Like they're
uh-huh.
so good. Like you
Yeah.
can see like reflections and like all of this stuff. Like
So
you know.
we're not talking about the moon landing. We're just saying, here's an organization that did this.
Gotcha.
Not to mention the interviews of the astronauts where they're looking at the ground, not
Yeah.
excited. Not to mention, who is it? Stanley Kubrick or whatever.
Yeah, Stanley
who
Kubrick.
admitted that he did it before he died, along with the astronauts.
He did?
Yes, admitting that they didn't land on the moon. Numerous footage of them saying it later in life. Okay, not to say all that, even though I just did.
Okay.
We're talking about here's an organization that did this.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another clip, the one on the top right.
Astronauts.
That their
Okay.
techniques just keep getting a little bit better and better with the time.
What we're watching here is some
Yeah, this is
footage
supposed
that
to be-
NASA
this is
showed
supposed
us.
to be this craft here, this thing that went up on this balloon, and
Okay,
it's got all
here's-
these cameras on it. and
Here's this
everything. I don't know if you
R2D2
guys
fucking
can see
thing.
It's
What
just like
That's
is
two-
that?
supposed to
it's
be
like-
going into
But
space.
then,
Here's the guy in it.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the images that they're showing as if they're from space.
It's like one of
It's
those
like
like little
look-
kid, one of those
But
light
again,
things that
the
they have going
it's the
around the
90s.
room.
Exactly
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's a black piece of paper with a light behind it.
And
Yeah.
cut out stars in
Only
it.
only shittier, by the way.
With a cutout moon and stars.
You just
It
kinda
looks
move along with
horrible.
the
Yeah, it's
times
pretty
and-
bad.
and
You
then
guys need
look
to
at,
see
like,
this shit.
How terrible the
Okay.
Okay.
So there's
gear
that.
looks.
I know
Here's
what
the-
you're saying.
The
You're
same
saying-
organization
Yeah.
gives a light show. What the reason behind it, I'm not sure. I don't understand
I
why
was
they would
gonna
do
ask
it.
that.
But
What's
it's
their motive?
obviously fake. Here is the bottom left. Some footage of
Astronauts
astronauts
falling on
tripping and falling as they're filming this.
Oh my gosh.
And at the time, I'm sure it looked like probably really good. But now, as you watch this
They
shit,
look
it
ridiculous.
looks comical. Watch this guy in the next thing bounce along. Look at this
Oh
shit.
my gosh.
Boing, boing, boing.
He's like wearing moon shoes almost.
Even their outfits look ridiculous.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see that?
Look at this shit, dude. And look at that craft right there.
They're like
It's
bunny
made out of
hopping.
like aluminum.
Yeah.
They're like bunny hopping across the moon.
Look at this-
Oh my God.
Man.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you think they did this and then they
Look at
told,
their falling.
they told everybody in the control room it's real, and you guys are in on this?
That was gonna be my question.
Like,
Okay.
right?
Okay, we'll
because
get
that's
before
how you
we
can
do
keep
this,
the secret.
before we do this, the final video I want to show you,
Yes.
it's a little bit longer, but it's absolutely necessary because it's more modern footage. Okay, this is more modern. So let's watch this.
This guy's doing a flip right here, and the guy next to him just reaches up and grabs a harness that's right on his
watch-
hip.
Okay.
Okay, watch him.
I gotta
Watch
pause
this
it real
guy.
quick. I
They're
wanna
gonna
pause
zoom
it
in, grab
because
his
the
harness.
funniest
Look at
part-
this.
Oh.
And watch his
Well,
pants.
there's
Look at his
several
pants.
funny
Oh
parts, by the way.
yeah.
But the lady in the background with the
Yeah,
hair.
yeah.
And then
It's like-
the lady
it's
with
like,
the fake
Did someone not
hairspray
think
hair.
that, like we've got to make her hair look like that, right?
Right.
It's got to be standing
It's not
up.
even moving.
Dude, it is hard as a rock.
No, it's not
So
moving at all.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like this is we must be in space. Look at her hair. Like obviously, there's this thing called hairspray. So
Obviously
there's this guy doing a
ridiculous, right, Louis?
backflip and-
Yeah.
Then
They do this flip
gravity
thing. Watch
just,
this guy
like,
fall.
Gravity goes
Oops.
away.
Oh, okay.
He must have
Gravity
fallen.
disappears
How did
all
he
of a
fall?
sudden.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you
What
got
the
Not
caught
to
in
mention, he
harness
looks
flip.
like he's on a fucking.
Here comes the
Okay, look at the
scene
green
Yeah.
screen in the back. You
in the
see that?
background.
Okay.
Holy hell!
And it's obviously
And then
there's a
watch
guy
him.
filming with a green tennis ball in front of a blue screen.
Watch
Right.
the footage
Clearly,
they put
I
out
mean, it's
after
not
this.
even-
And then here's a clip of what they turned it
There's
into.
this water particle.
Oh.
Wow.
Those
This guy
son
just
of.
disappears like.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Disappears behind the
Yeah, I'm
green
good to go.
screen.
Hey, I gotta go. Yeah, what we got back there? Another green screen.
Oh,
Oh,
my
man.
god!
Look at this guy's
guy-
harnesses.
The ones where they're doing the yeah, he's
Hanging
hanging
from
his
the
shirt.
harness.
Like you can see, like yeah.
His shirt, you can
Not
tell
even
that
So
his
he's
shirt's
getting-
being
see the
pulled
harness.
because
It's
he
like
has
if
a
you take
harness.
your
So he's
hand
getting
right
pulled
now
on by
and
like
you
the corners of
grab
his
your shirt and you
shirts,
just
but there's
pull out.
two
Yeah.
weird
Like
peaks
it's-
on each side.
This one's my favorite right
In the
here.
green
The guy
shirt?
goes to reach for.
Yeah.
This is his
And
favorite.
notice how
this,
they
this
always-
is gonna be
So
good, I'm
watch
sure.
their thing at the end. I think this guy's always
Watch
in it,
him
man.
push up on his harness.
He's the
He's
biggest
always-
clown, yeah.
See
He's
right
the
here?
worst.
Oh, there it
like
is.
they got to be like, hey Bob, we got to get you out of here.
And how come they always
You're
do the
pulling
straight
Look at this.
backflip?
Let me reach up there.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh,
Because
come
that's
on.
the only move.
That's
That's
the only
That was-
move,
yeah.
dude. Yeah.
So
We have to. We got to expand.
So
upon
I
this.
imagine this guy in the green that's doing this flip. Like when they're practicing, they're like, "Oh, this
Look
guy's
at
got."
He's like getting ready
nails
for a
every
trick.
flip, and you
Yeah.
can never tell, right? So he's like the practice king of flips.
Oh my
But then whenever they go to film it, he gets nervous and he spoofs it up and grabs his harness.
Oh
'Cause
my
he is,
God,
they
dude.
both
He's
are-
Ray Finkel.
Yeah, terrible, man.
Oh my god.
Okay. So what we would just watched is like I guess it's are these supposed to be astronauts?
I think so, or at least training to be.
They're people, I don't know, at a space station or in space, supposed to be in like a zero gravity type of place.
Yeah.
And when you guys, if you watch the footage, they're clearly on harnesses or strings holding them up. You can tell by the way it's holding their clothes up. And so again, the same organization with the moon landing and the weird footage. Here's more current footage.
Uh-huh. Still lying.
Still obviously lying. So what is the deal is my question. What are your theories if you do believe that obviously there's something going on?
With why is NASA still like continuing the farce, or like because
Well-
they've, you know,
Well,
One, why did they start to lie with that old video with the shitty? They have a moon. You can. It just looks like bullet holes inside of a fucking barn. Really, the sun come. You know.
And-
But then I don't.
and
Why?
now there's one more video I didn't put, but it's basically a lot of the images that you get from them. They're putting these images from NASA into Photoshop, and they're turning up it's either the contrast or the
oh
saturation.
yeah.
And the pictures are clearly cut and pasted into the pictures,
Yeah.
as opposed to when you look at a regular photograph. So, I guess, what do you think the motive would be to fake any of it?
Well,
I
it's
guess?
a government funded
government-funded.
type
Yeah.
of program, right? So
Right.
one I think a motive would be that they get more funding if you keep people intrigued, right? Otherwise, it becomes as like, well, those fucking guys never do anything. They can't get to the moon. They can't whatever, fill in the blank there. But you would stop getting funding.
So you
And
think it's a way to launder money so that through the
That's-
government?
well, that's it. There's a reason for it, man. I just don't know exactly what it is, but whatever it is, it has to do with money, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I thought like, because I think this organization started off legit, right? They're thinking about science, aeronautics, whatever they're doing, and I just think that they thought they were gonna get there sooner than, they're like, oh, we'll put this out, but in 10 years, 20 years, we have the television now, like.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna get there. Nowhere close. You can't really backtrack when that's the backbone of like that government entity, Like,
So
I
you
don't
think
know.
they lied at the front?
And they're like,
It's
shit.
like just 40 years
keeping
later,
up.
they're like, look, we
Yeah.
got to keep acting like we
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
I don't know.
It seems like they were just hopeful at first, right? Okay, we're going to do this thing.
Hmm.
And they set a sight on outer space. And when they were getting nowhere, everything else on Earth, like television, movies, special effects, started getting better.
Mhm.
So they're like, well, we're not making any progress here, but we can maybe have the illusion of that we are. And then it would justify although the government spent money or whatever. And I think it's that, but why continue it?
Firefest, dude. It's like they were.
It's a really
It's
expensive
Fire
Fire
Fest.
Fest.
Very
dude.
expensive
Except
fire
they didn't
fest.
have cameras, but like phones back then,
So how do you? So what do you think when they say like that? Like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, they're gonna end up like going in outer space. Do you even believe that the outer space, or is it just is that like independent from NASA because they're not affiliated, right?
No,
No.
I don't think they are.
That's
They're not.
SpaceX.
I think that they're finding things out that they're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
and they're probably not allowed to speak out about it. It's you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and Elon just tried to launch. They just tried to do a launch, and it failed.
Right.
Yeah, so that's like billions of dollars that they just like for nothing, you know?
I just don't see. What
he's
are your
rich enough
thoughts?
to do his own research on
Yeah,
it,
that's
you
the
know?
thing. But don't you think he would? You don't think he knows something?
I do, and he's a little bit more of a whistleblower, I think, than
So maybe
than
one of
other
these days-
people.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. What are
I
your
don't know.
thoughts?
Man, I have a lot of thoughts, and I'd rather not say them. But I do think
Yeah.
that it's somewhat of a propaganda machine and a way to get money. Yeah, basically get another way for the government to receive, millions and millions and millions of dollars, and put on sort of a play that they're actually, doing some things that they're not.
What about other like the cosmonauts in the Soviet Union and all that stuff? Well,
What's the
not anymore.
cosmonaut?
That's just like that's like Russia's version of astronauts, but like just other like China's trying to get into space too and do their own space station, like other countries, and they're existing like NASA.
Their NASA. I don't
Yeah.
know about. I would like to do some research on theirs.
Me
you
too.
know?
I don't know much either.
Or even if theirs is legit, right? Why wouldn't they like call us out on our bullshit?
Yeah.
I feel like the
They
Americans
might.
But it's been, what is it, 1969? It's been a long time, dude.
I know.
They haven't. I know
No,
that
but-
we as a society like tend to go like, yeah, we didn't land on the moon, but that's like us like being like, I don't know, not conspiracy. Well, I guess in a way, some people are conspiracy theories, but some people just don't buy it. But I mean, like, when you have a whole different like space program from a different country that, by the way, not our friends.
Right.
Why wouldn't they have like, hey, that's not even possible. Look at this shit. The force it would take, just numbers and figures that they can break down, right? Like what you see there, it's absolutely bullshit. Because the amount of force it would take to get from the moon to the earth, and then would just break it down and be like, oh yeah, bullshit. That's what I mean. Like
you have to be willing to
scientists.
listen to them.
I think that they probably did.
Oh,
But I think
they
what
shut
we
it
don't
down.
really truly understand is how curated the information we get is and
Yeah.
was up until very recently, up until the internet,
yeah.
right? Every single thing that we've ever learned about was from the television, like the news source,
And
right?
it's filtered through,
which
who
is
knows?
super censored.
Yeah.
So they're not going to show that shit on the air.
yeah, it's just
you know?
not going to populate anywhere.
yeah.
Like,
But how do you guys feel? Here's where okay, NASA, I don't know how many employees they would have throughout the years, but it would, that's a big ass conspiracy, right? Like you're
Mhm.
talking about hundreds and hundreds of people.
yeah, but you don't think they make them believe that it's true?
Right. I
Like,
think, yeah, because some
you know?
people work for NASA, like in the station,
Well, that's what you
and
were
then you have like the paid actors.
but
know?
that's what you were saying.
yeah, that they
How many
probably
of those
thought it was
people-
real, and they were like, "Yeah, you guys are a part of this whole thing."
So
but-
they're victims too of this.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
and they
okay.
probably are doing scientific things, just not this,
Yeah, they're just other things.
Yeah,
Fuck, man. What else? That just makes me think. What else?
everything else.
What the fuck does the CIA do?
Exactly, Louis.
Yeah,
It makes you think, like,
Yeah.
what else? What else?
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
You know, it
for
makes you
sure.
kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. All right, so let's go into the baby doll to kind of lighten the mood a little bit. This is going viral everywhere. I've seen it in several pages, but this is the one I chose to put up. It has a video of it as well, and I'll set it up really quick. It's a school bus, and the school bus it's full of kids, and the driver you can hear him kind of say like, hey, I'm gonna have to pull over, I'm starting to feel dizzy, but then before he gets a chance to fully stop the bus, he just passes out, and a kid jumps into action. It's listed here just as Dylan. I wish they had his last name, but maybe because he's a minor they won't. He's in middle school, and he didn't even think about it. You see him jump out of his seat, and he hits the brakes, pulls over, and on top of it, he kind of keeps everyone. Well, he stays calm. So you can
Right.
hear some kids not so calm, and he says, "You need to call 911." And if you can play the video, Jazz. Here we go. So we'll describe it a little bit. It's not too loud. You can see the driver. His head just goes down now, or her head. I'm not
oh,
sure.
Man.
And then now the driver's not even holding the wheel. and you see in the background, you see that the bus is
It's
still
veering.
moving.
Yeah, it looks
It's
like
not going fast, luckily for the kids. And this kid just hits the brake.
Oh my gosh, look at him.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
He hit the brake.
He hit the
He's
brake,
turning
and
it.
then right here he yells at them. There's kids yelling and screaming. They're scared, and then he says to call 911. And then somebody says something. So I don't care. Call 911.
This kid's a fucking
Yeah,
genius,
dude. He's
Yeah,
a
dude.
hero, man.
And
There's not that many people in the world that would do that, let
No.
alone a child.
Yeah.
no, man. You know what? And not to take some of his thunder away.
Oh my god.
Let's take it away.
Yeah,
I didn't even remember
Let's take it
until
away.
right now. It was I used to get I used to carpool when I went to junior high, actually, just like the kid, I guess. And one time the lady that would take us went to go get her coffee or whatever, and we were in the back seat, and there was like maybe 4 of us. It was like a station wagon,
Right.
and there was nobody in the passenger seat either. And the lady like takes off, and it was stick shift. And I don't know, at that time, some people like to put it into gear on top of the parking brake, but I don't know if the parking brake wasn't on, and we were like in a driveway that was like on a hill, and it wasn't crazy or anything. But then the car starts rolling back, and then I jumped over, and I just hit the brake, and it wasn't going that fast.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
But the kids that I carpooled with were shitting on me.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, "You overreacted. Like, did you see him?" And they were fucking laughing at me the whole way. So I wasn't held the hero, and and it wasn't
Okay,
going that
you're
fast.
a hero too.
Yeah. Louis the baby doll,
He's the
guys.
baby
we gotta
doll.
get.
My point is that they fucking shit all over me, and all I did, they called me a little bitch because I was like, and I jumped over and hit the brake. So maybe I did it to save my own skin.
Okay, guys. Well, there
Anyways.
you have it. Louis the baby
Baby
doll
doll.
of the week.
I'll get one of these. All right, guys, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, share the podcast, but
Right.
also nominate your own baby doll. Right? We want to see what you guys have to share, and remember, we're looking for something positive. Somebody like me when I was in 7th grade. And if you guys know anybody that's a kid and super ballsy and will stop a bus,
Show them this episode.
episode.
If you guys know any government organization that could be blatantly lying to you for years and years and years,
show them this episode.
If you guys know anybody who's run into their dead grandmother lately,
Show them this episode.
episode.
Seriously.